Okay, traders, so we've gone over the basis of Fibonacci. We've applied it to one or two charts on a higher time frame. Now we just want to go a little bit deeper and combine it with some of the other charts that I've been looking at recently. So I'm going to start with the Euro USD. We have some significant up movement today due to some fundamentals, but I have looked at the daily time frame on the Euro USD and we may have a fib here. We may have a fib. Now, currently we have a huge bullish engulfing candlestick formation on Euro USD, and I've already mentioned on other videos the Euro USD is extremely difficult at the moment to actually configure and trade. A lot of the trading on the Euro USD is short-lived due to the choppy consolidation that we've been seeing for nearly 20 months now, okay? So fib on the EU, we have all of our key levels laid out, but the support, as which you can see, we've bounced nicely from the daily support, which I plotted from this pin over here. We found resistance here, and as you can see, we found it as support right here. If I can just remove this trend line for a moment. So the fib retracement I'm looking at, so we got the significant low, we have the higher high. We have a higher low and then another higher high. So I'm going to go from the wick of the higher low here, and I'm going to drag it up to the higher high point just here. Now what we can actually see here on the Euro is a Fibonacci retracement, and we're looking at the 61.8 level. This 61.8 level is more or less, I wouldn't say it's bang on alignment with our daily support at 1.1132 over there. But this move, if we do get this close on this daily time frame, I would consider this to actually be a 61.8 retracement. As I said, we can go in the middle or even down to the 78.6, but this here, this price action, which is more or less in the middle of 78 and 61.8, is still a valid Fibonacci retracement because now the price has pulled all the way back above. Now with the price pulling all the way back above, what I'm now going to be looking for, because it's Tuesday today, it's Tuesday, and I'm now going to be looking for a daily close, because remember we have to always await the time frames to, await the candlesticks to close, and be patient to get our overall bias. So the overall bias on the Euro USD at the moment is, in fact, it will be at the end of tonight, it is going to be a potential bullish run, and we have our target extension level layering directly on top of the 1.1450 zone. So with that layer, that's a perfect confluence for me, and you will see this as you go along with your own analysis and so forth. So if we do get a close above, we can say this whole region is a confirmed 61.8. So let me just highlight this area. See retracement 61.8, and remember the -27 extension level is going to map out where the Euro USD is going to make a new higher high. So there's 75% chance anyway that after a confirmed higher low, which this is upon this daily close, because this one candle is engulfing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 others, we can then use our bias on the Euro USD, not to mention the moving averages may be wanting to cross over soon as well to the upside. So yeah, Euro USD is probably going to come all the way back to 1.1400, which is another 200 pips away. So I can use this daily bias in order to go long. If I wanted to go long, I would look at the strength of this candle at the end of today, 10 p.m. GMT, which from the current time is 6 hours away. So a lot can still happen in the next 6 hours. Euro USD could come all the way back down. So it's one of those ones where I'll highlight the analysis and I will check it, and that's what the routine is about. I will check it at 10:30 p.m. Now, if that's so, there's two things we can do here. We can use this bias, and then we can maybe step down to a smaller time frame, whether it be the 4 hour or the 2 hour, in order to find long positions. Maybe we could wait for a short pullback over here on the 2 hour time frame before actually executing long. Or we can execute directly off the daily time frame right here. Stops, however, would have to go 15 to 30 pips below the low of wherever the higher low was formed. So let's have a look at this. Let's say we entered around here. Our stop could go 15 to 30, let's say a stop would be just here, 15 to 30 pips below the low. And our target, if you were to hold this on a daily level, would in fact be there, right on the monthly resistance, 1.1450, in alignment with our fib D extension 1. This is a risk reward of 1 to 1.5. You're going to be risking 138 pips for a potential of 210 pips. Now, this would be a good trade to leave on, have faith in the analysis, and then just take a step back, because again, the daily time frame using fibs, we can in fact see some choppy action perhaps before it actually gets to its target. Our secondary target, the minus 61.8, i.e. the 161.8 extension level, is coming in at 1.1564, which is shy of our daily resistance. If euro does actually breach our monthly resistance level, we know from our prior lessons and prior rules, that if the monthly resistance is broken, there's then a 75% chance we may see 1.1925, which is the weekly resistance over here. So that's the daily fib on Euro USD, and that's a little bit about how we can actually use the Fibonacci in alignment with our key levels. Remember, everything else gets layered onto the key levels. That's why I express the importance of getting the key levels correct going forward. And that will be a Euro USD long trade. And let's have a look at some other currency pairs. So let's load up. Okay, 1 second, guys. Just need to refresh my browser. Okay, I just need to log back in. So the Euro USD has absolutely rocketed this morning. Even though we put in the shooting star last week, we had some news today as well. So as I mentioned, the Euro USD can fool a lot of people because of the low spreads, and it attracts a lot of scalpers and lower time frame traders as well. And this sometimes doesn't respect the candlestick formations as well as we would like it to. Why? Because we were in the whole range of consolidation at the moment on this currency pair, which is between 1.1450 and 1.0500. So let's just open up another currency pair to see what else we can find out here. I haven't done all of my analysis for the week ahead, actually, to be honest. So let's have a look at the Euro JPY. While that's loading, let's go back to the USD CAD. So the USD CAD, let's have a look at the daily time frame. I'm going to remove everything from this in a minute. Okay, so USD CAD is looking as if it could actually come all the way back down to this point over here. On the prior video, I did the weekly fib from the top to bottom, and we just skimmed the 38.2. I reckon this has around 800, 900 pips in it to the downside, which will also correlate with the AUD USD long trade and long bias, Fibonacci bias I went through on the other video as well, because they are both commodity pairs and they both correlate more or less with each other. So the Euro JPY over here, my key levels aren't loading up for some reason or other. I've got really, really poor internet where I am at the moment, but it's cool. Right, so I'm just going to use this 4-hour time frame because I know recently the Euro JPY has come off the resistance level. So I've got A down to B, and this is just fulfilled the C retracement. So 4-hour, even maybe a 2-hour timescape. Right, now on this one, we are actually, I'll keep on the 4-hour. So we've got the significant high, we've got the low here, we've got the wave, and we've actually hit the 38.2 retracement level, which is 115.60, and then we've now hit 114. Okay, what is that level? 114.85, which is in fact our D extension. So here's another example of fib, a quick fib. A, B, C, D. Alongside D right here, we also have the 114.73 daily area of support. We broke straight through the prior day's area of support right there. And this is looking as if, because we also have the crossover, it's looking as if we can come a lot lower to 114.35. Perhaps. We will see. So that's that fib. Let's see if we can find anything on the daily time frame which correlates with our bearish bias right now. Now, Euro JPY going back a few months even, we can see fib after fib. So A down to B. So we've gone A, B, let's get that right on the edge. C retracement at the 61.8, 1, 2, 3. As you can see there, we have many tests of that zone, and we've came down to the -27, found a nice area of support and rebounded. That fib is now complete. What we can then do with the fib, if our bias remains the same, is we can go from A to B, A, B, C retracement again on the 61.8, 1, 2, 3, bearish engulfing shooting star there. And then we've smashed straight through our first fib and we've come very, very shy of our second. But you can see the second fib in this example, actually lines up nicely on the weekly support, which is now resistance because we are trading below that. So that fib's done as well. So we can then take another fib. We can go from A down to B, which was that. A, B, C retracement, I will call this a 50% because we've breached a 50, but we've been whipped straight back below that in no time. Bearish engulfing, and we also have the monthly resistance there. Extension's been hit straight through across here. The extension again lined up on the monthly area of support at that time, and the market just fell straight through. And again, you can always go back in time to test all of this out. So the current fib I'll be looking at now will probably be from here, A, down to B, and if you look at Euro JPY, look what can we see right now? You can see the A, and also the A significant high. I put it right on the wick there. We can maybe even line up to the area of resistance. Doesn't really matter in this case. So we've got the weekly resistance 118. We've got our A fib down to B fib. We've pulled back, hit the 61.8 retracement level, which also comes into confluence with the monthly resistance 116. We have a bearish engulfing formation there, and the Fibonacci extension is actually lining up to the downside daily support 110.84. Very, very nice. So Euro JPY, we can probably expect this to happen. Okay, if not, it's going to break that and may even come to the secondary target right there. So guys, that's just a little example of how we can use this in combination and confluence with our key levels. If we get an extension level, our target level, which lines up more or less on a key level of support, whether it be monthly, weekly, or daily, and even saying that, if we get a retracement level where we see a candlestick formation reversal, more or less on the daily, because I'm going to refine the entries and so on in the next video, it gives us more faith and it gives us more confidence that we can actually hold a trade and anticipate where the market's going to go. Once we've done all of that, then we can start to refine the entries. So this is how we can use fib in alignment with everything else we've gone through for high probability trade setups. So I hope you enjoyed that. You can go back through the chart yourselves once you've done all of the key levels, because I did put a video out there at the end of the key level section where I give you all of the main levels anyway on the currency pairs that we're going to be trading going forward. So that's that. So as you see, just by getting our analysis correct and having structure to all of our trading, everything can change and you will start to get the market direction, overall bias and so forth with absolute ease. Okay guys? So I hope that makes sense, and on to the next video.